Luke and Shaman TV here with Chris Millington, and before we touch on the game, we'll just touch on an injury update. Obviously, a lot out: Sam Johnson, Festus Arthur, Jack Evans, Luke Thomas also missing out tonight.
Yeah, Luca missing through illness. He had to come off at half-time against Oldham because he wasn't well. Sam and Festus probably looking at about 4 to 6 weeks. And Jack Evans, he's had a scan today, and we're just waiting for the results of that. But yeah, maybe similar sort of timescale.
And obviously looking to the game, obviously quite a lot of changes. Toby Saven obviously also making his debut for us tonight and did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good lad, he's a good keeper. Yeah, it's interesting because we've gone into today's game with the whole of the spine of Saturday's team missing. You know, no Luca, no Jack Evans, no Festus Arthur, and it feels very strange not to have Sam Johnson in the team. In fact, it's the first time in a league game or a FA Cup or trophy game in my time at the club that we've had that. In my time in charge that we've had a match day starting 11 without Sam Johnson in the team. So very odd. But yeah, Toby met us on the way down, and we introduced him to the lads at the hotel before the game, and he's come in and done a really good job for us. But we know he was a fantastic keeper. When we knew we had the opportunity to sign him, it was a no-brainer. So we're delighted to have him for the rest of the season. And then of course Dubham coming in from Bolton. He's been playing this season on loan at Chorley, and we've been watching him for a long time. His performances at Chorley, and he's just the type of lad we like. You know, ball carrier, dribbler, creative, and you saw towards the end there where he struck a first shot, and on another day might have scored.
Looking back to the opening period, got off to a pretty bright start. A couple of shots on target. Hottie also almost finding the back of the net directly from a corner.
Yeah, I thought up to about 35 minutes, I thought we were in control and it was quite comfortable for us. But then there was a sequence of free kicks given, and then off the back of that, Woking got a foothold in the game, and they probably were the better team, or certainly in the ascendancy for the last 10 minutes of the first half. So it was. The first half was probably ours, but then I think second half they certainly had more of the territory. They've had more balls in our box because, you know, every time the ball goes out for a throw, you're defending your box, and every time the referee blew his whistle, we were defending our box. So I'm delighted, really, and I think it's a fantastic away performance. I think, you know, with such, and it sounds ridiculous, but it's such a young team. You know, it's crazy the average age of the team, and it's phenomenal. They're a real bunch of battlers. So yeah, I'm delighted. They've stood up to a barrage of set pieces and long throws. They've dealt with them really well, and in between all of that, we've played some really good stuff.
Yeah, Woking's main threat coming from a lot of set pieces, a lot of long throws, and dealt with them all well enough.
Yeah, you've got Adam Adatoro in his first season in senior football. You've got Adam Senior back in at centre half, in a back four for the first time this season, dealing manfully with what I believe is one of the best strikers in the league. I think on his day, Ini Effiong is the real deal. He's got a bit of everything. You know, he's got physicality, aerial threat. He can hold a ball up. He can move. You know, he's quick when he gets going. And I think Ini's played really well today. But the lads have stood up to him and matched him largely. So. Then you've got Ryan Galvin and Josh Emmanuel at full-back who've both been fantastic. I thought we started to see glimmers of what a really exciting player Josh Emmanuel can be for us. But then we go across the midfield, Lewis Lee making his first start for the club, Tom Pugh dropping back into midfield in replace of Jack Evans, which is the first start he's had in there for quite a long time, and both of them were fantastic for us. Flo Hottie, best 90 minutes he's had for a long while. I think he's had some really fantastic patches in games, but today we saw a real solid performance throughout the 90 minutes from Flo. Owen Bray back in the team, Jamie Cook giving us everything he's got up top. Everybody knows what a quality player Jamie is, and then Harvey Sutcliffe, who, you know, he's come to the club as a full-back, but we know what threat he carries going forward. 2 good feet, he can dribble, he can drive and carry the ball, and he possibly could have scored early on in the first half.
Yeah, you say Woking probably had the slightly better of it in the second half, but even then, Jääskeläinen probably still had more of the saves to make.
Yeah, he had a couple of big saves. I mean, Toby's been fantastic in terms of his distribution and made a couple of saves over the 90 minutes, and the Woking keepers had to make a couple as well. I think a draw's probably a fair result on the balance of it. It's almost a scratch starting 11 for us after so many changes in recent weeks, and I've said to some of the lads there, it's like day one. You know, this is a fresh start for us, but what we want to see is that fight and determination to finish the season strongly, and we've seen that today on a tight pitch under a barrage of direct play. We've seen a real fighting spirit, and that's what, you know, teams have been built on in my time at the club, and will continue to be. You know, we want to do this club proud and do the away fans who've been phenomenal again today. We want to do them proud, and it requires that fight, that determination, that grit that the lads have shown today, and as long as we've got that, we'll be all right, because there's an awful lot of quality in the group as well.
Of course, yeah, clean sheet tonight, and now up next, back to the Shea for Hartlepool on Saturday.
Yeah, looking forward to it, especially now we've seen the energy and enthusiasm we've got from the team out tonight. I thought they were brilliant, and I think once we get on, I know the pitch at the Shea is you know, let's say it's frustrating, but I think with that kind of spirit and attitude and the ability that we've got in this group, then, you know, we'll be able to get the ball down and use the space there effectively. So we're really looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to the running. You know, there's a bit of adversity at the minute, but it's what brings the best out in us. The staff all step up, go that extra mile, work really hard, and try and be the best that they can be, and the players are the same. So, you know, bring it on. We want to finish strong.
Thank you.
Thanks.